Good morning, Your Majesties. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you that are new here, welcome to my YouTube channel. And Annabelle wants to say hello. And there's one more chapter in this series that I'm in the series of the Chronicle of Life, because I don't want to bring the Chronicle of Life into Princemas. But before I get into today's video, I just want to give you guys a little rundown. This will be the last time you'll be hearing about this. The reason why I chose this series is because I am meeting Adam McIntyre on February 25th, and his tour is called the Chronically Online Tour. So that is why I chose this series. So Adam, again, if you're watching this, which I highly doubt you are, thank you so much for the inspiration. And this is going to be the last time you'll be hearing about Adam McIntyre until it gets close to the meet and greet date. Okay, so okay. So chapter 33. The fruit knife was about to pierce into Vanessa's heart, was stopped by Oswald. Oh no, the fruit knife that was about to pierce into Vanessa's heart was stopped by Oswald. His hand was tightly clenched on the blade. Even though blood had dripped down the knife, Oswald had no intention of letting go. The bodyguards outside the door heard the strange movements in the room and pushed the door open. They hurriedly subdued Elena. Even though she had been pressed to the ground, her hair loose and her face furious, Elena still stared at Vanessa. Why did you get all his love? Vanessa, I hate you. Elena's face was twisted by anger and the pain in her hands. I really regret not being able to kill you personally back then, but the bodyguard dragged Elena out the door, and the doctor helped Vanessa and Oswald bandage the wounds on her hands. Vanessa, I'm sorry I let you suffer. I'm sorry I let you suffer such serious injuries because of me. Oswald's face was full of self-blame. He looked at Vanessa's wounds with deep regret. If it wasn't for him wanting to prove to Vanessa in front of Elena that there was no connection between him and Elena, Vanessa wouldn't have been injured. Vanessa shook her head without saying anything. Even though Elena was still a normal person who was filled with revenge at the beginning, her subsequent behavior had become more extreme. She was no different from a real psychopath. Oswald, if there's nothing else, you can recuperate. If there's nothing else, you can recuperate first. After bandaging the wound on her hand, Vanessa got up and walked out of the ward. She was afraid if she stayed here again, she would really be soft-hearted towards Oswald. Oswald penetrated most of her life. How could she be so ruthless? However, before Oswald could truly realize his mistake, Vanessa would never take risk again. Vanessa, Oswald had been showing the goodwill for such a long time, but Vanessa had turned a blind eye to him. Finally, he couldn't stand it. What exactly do you want? The man took a step forward and grabbed Vanessa's wrist, bringing her into his embrace. However, he accidentally got involved in the wound on his shoulder and let out a muffled snort. Vanessa, I admit it. I did something wrong before. You should give me a chance to repent. Oswald's expression became even more confused and painful. I love you so much. Vanessa was caught off guard as she faced Oswald's handsome face. She blushed. Her ears were filled with the man's straightforward words, and her heart softened It's not just Elena who stopped the relationship. The two of us, Mr. Simon, I admit that I loved you first. Pointed out, no, Vanessa pointed at Oswald's chest and signaled him to let her go. Although I chased you first, it does not mean that I have to follow you all the time. These words left Oswald deeply confused, but Vanessa had already turned around and left. Mr. Simon, Miss Martha, although the bodyguard didn't want to disturb Oswald, Elena was like a mad woman. Although she no longer had the fruit knife, she had been struggling and was still hurting people. Send her any evidence to the police station. She has to pay the price for what she did. Oswald was merciless. Elena was directly sent to the police temporarily in prison and waited to be interrogated. In the evening, pair of uninvited guests came to the hospital. Elena, Martha's parents, rushed over and treated Oswald with a hypocritical time. Oswald, okay. Oh, Elena, Martha's parents, rushed over and treated Oswald with a hypocritical smile. Okay. Hypocritical smile. Okay. Oswald, Auntie came here today also for Elena. Mrs. Martha's face was full of wrinkles and her gray hair showed that her life wasn't going well. Even Elena was shameless and insisted on entangling herself with the married Oswald. Elena's father and mother had already given up on her in frustration. Their persuasion was ineffective. However, no matter what, Elena was their daughter, so how could they not feel heartache? Now that they heard that Elena had been sent to the police station by Oswald, their first reaction was to come over and to protect her and bring her home to discipline her. Good. Oswald, Auntie knows that Elena has always been involved in the relationship between you and your wife. But after all, she is too young. There's no need to be so serious. Mrs. Martha's face was filled with pain, but she was still willing to be humble to Oswald. Auntie, Oswald helped her up. Don't say that. She has become like this. Don't say that she has become like this today. And it is also my responsibility, but the matter is too big. I can't protect her anymore. Oswald looked straight at the two old men and suddenly couldn't bear to tell the truth. However, the bad guy still needed to be punished. Elena's actions were not only against morality, but against the law. Elena is suspected of murdering and killing 2 victims, resulting in 1 death and 1 injury. After they heard that the 2 old men left the hospital silently, sitting on the balcony, Oswald looked at the setting sun and pondered over what Vanessa has said today. Setting things right was a painful process, but it had to be practiced. The person who had done whatever she wanted had now been punished by the law, and he, a heartless man who had hurt Vanessa's heart, had also tasted the pain. And that is it of the Chronicle of Life series. So I hope y'all enjoyed that series. I hope y'all enjoyed Princess Giving. I hope y'all enjoyed yesterday's video because I thought I'd give you guys a Black Friday video because I love y'all so much. So that is going to be it for today's video. But if you're new here, hi, I'm Princess Peyton. Hit the red button to become your majesty and hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I upload a video. And I love you guys so much. You guys are the best human beings ever made. And you're the king of my heart and the song lyrics of Taylor Swift. And I will see you guys in tomorrow's video for day 1 of Princemas. And Annabelle says she will too. Okay, love you guys. Bye. Bye.